Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm reviewing the two LEGO Marvel Brick Sketches sets for April 2022. On the left is 40535 Iron Man with 200 pieces, and on the right is 40536 Miles Morales with 214 pieces. These retail for $17 in the US, they were $20 here in Canada, and it's really exciting to see Marvel Brick Sketches because LEGO hasn't really done that much with this theme. We'll take a look at Iron Man first. Now, I know that you guys haven't seen any Brick Sketches reviews on my channel. I did film some like well over a year ago that I just never edited and uploaded, but maybe I'll get them out eventually. I really like these sets. I do think that they're really cool. I love this 3D art style that they have, because it really differentiates them from the mosaic sets and stuff like Brickheads. It's just another avenue for LEGO to represent popular characters, and I think that's really cool. So if you haven't seen one of these before, they're built kind of like in this little frame. You can hang them on the wall using this piece. I don't actually know how useful that'll be because it's not a specialized piece like in the LEGO art sets, and you would need like a pretty small nail to fit through there. I prefer to just display them using this little stand at the back, so I'm really glad that LEGO includes that as an option because that works out really well. And I mean, it looks really good too. So the way that these are built, they're all like this same size, and they're just built on this kind of like brick base, and then you layer all of these tiles to create a background, and then the actual face is built up with a combination of like bricks, plates, tiles, just like all sorts of pieces. So in Iron Man's case, his eyes are actually built they're not studs. They're not studs on top, as you can tell. Like, they're studs on the side construction is what I'm trying to say here. So you just kind of sandwich like that white piece in between two blue plates, and then you put it kind of face down there. And so that's pretty interesting because you build this thing like extremely flat and then you kind of turn it up. But I think that the shaping on this Iron Man head is done pretty well. I feel like it is a little bit odd because it's skinny up here and then it kind of bulges out. I feel like that should be slightly more consistent. But I mean, I think that the helmet look was achieved very, very well. So the slanted eyes obviously give it a little bit of a mean face, but I think all of the angles really work well. They even achieved the little chin line that makes it look like a mouth, using just a couple of bracket pieces. And then you do have the actual chin of the helmet attached at an angle. So I like that because that really kind of pops out of the base of the build. A lot of these little kind of half diagonal tiles are used all over this build, which I think is really cool because I love that piece. And if you're looking for those pieces in any color, this is the set to get, because you can see the background is just made up with kind of an interlocking pattern of those things. And that's honestly my favorite part of the set, is I just really, really love that pattern at the back. Other than that, there's not really that much to say about these things because it's kind of what you see is what you get. You can talk about build techniques and everything, but it's kind of hard to describe. I feel like you kind of just need to build these yourself or look at an instruction manual. I am surprised that LEGO made Miles Morales before they made Captain America or even Peter Parker Spider-Man, but I'm not complaining because he's infinitely more interesting than Peter Parker Spider-Man because of this hood that he has going on. So, I mean, I think the base is less interesting than Iron Man's. The teal is a really nice color. It really makes the red pop, but I just really liked Iron Man's diagonal tile design. But this one has an entire built up hood. And this is assembled in a really interesting way. You have some angled pieces up here, and then it's just on regular 2x2 hinged plates. And then you have this big curved arch piece on its side, and then more of those 1x2 rounded plates with the hollow studs as the drawstrings of the sweatshirt. Now, these don't really lock in place down here, they're only connected up at the top. That's fine, because they're kind of stopped by Miles's shoulders here. But it is a little bit weak. You don't want to grab the build by this. It will absolutely break. But I really like that. And again, having these little drawstring parts stick out, it makes the brick sketch jump out at you even more. That's what I really like about these sets, is how kind of pop arty and 3D they are, because it feels like they're coming to life out of a page. Miles's eyes are done with more of those diagonal tiles. LEGO really decided to use them a lot in these sets. I think that they look pretty good. If you look at it too up close, I feel like it's kind of like the art sets in the sense that the illusion starts to break, because if you really focus on the middle, I feel like the eyes start to fall apart a little bit. But they also have this interesting angled part to his mask to kind of like show his nose, I guess. That was interesting because I didn't actually think that that would be angled, and everything is rounded very well down here. Inside, he has like a dark red background to the hoodie, which I think looks really good. But I mean, it's not really anything special. It's just honestly a bunch of like curved plates and stuff. But I do want to show you guys a little bit of this build. So I'm going to take off the entire hood, and you can see how they're connected with the angled plates over there. And this is how the rest of the thing is assembled. So like I said, it's just a lot of like plate and tile layering, and a lot of like clever angles to achieve kind of like the iconic look of the character. The extras on the left are from Iron Man, and the ones on the right are from Miles Morales. The boxes for these sets are the same as all the other Brick Sketches sets, but interestingly, the Iron Man one says that it's from the first MCU Iron Man movie. That's weird to me because, like, I guess this looks like the Mark III or whatever, but I don't get the vibe that this is a movie set. It feels like a comic book set. I do really like the style of, like, the boxes, though, and I like that there are kind of in-progress build shots on the back. And the instruction manuals are basically the same thing, very tiny, and there's no ads in them for the other Brick Sketches sets, which I think is kind of interesting, because I definitely want to see more Marvel Brick Sketches. I really like Brick Sketches as a concept, but I don't think LEGO is doing, like, anything really special with them. They release 2 sets, like, every 6 months, which, I mean, I don't want LEGO to go as hard as they did on Brickheads in the beginning, because Brickheads definitely got better once they started slowing down a bit, but Brick Sketches just feels too slow. Like, we have 2 DC ones, 2 Star Wars ones, 2 Disney ones, and 2 Marvel ones. I really feel like LEGO should be releasing more of these a year. Like, it would be great to see, like, I think 4 Marvel ones of these a year, because like, I want more characters represented in this format. This is a cool format. I do think Miles is better than Iron Man. It's just more interesting. But like I said, I like Iron Man's background better, and I like Iron Man as a character better. But I also, like, these are just very odd choices to me. Iron Man isn't, because he's very popular, but I don't know why, like, Miles was picked over Peter. Miles is also very popular, but he's not, like, Peter level popular. And so I would like to see more of these so that we can just get more characters. I'd love to see Spider-Gwen, even though she'd just kind of be like a color-swapped version of this. I'd love to see Peter. I'd love to see Captain America, Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, of course. So I hope that LEGO starts doing more Brick Sketches sets. That being said, $17 is still too expensive. It's better than $20, but these should be $15 sets. There's not really any reason on earth why they should be $17 even. So that's it for today. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com, and I'll see you guys in more videos soon. Bye for now.